Welcome to my playthrough of Bendy and the Dark Revival. Okay, we just got to the Gent building. We saw the Keepers, I think they're called, the horrifying monster things that they are. Oh, going from there. We monster. Here it is. Okay, let's continue. May have to stop for a second just to take a phone call here in a bit, but okay. Yeah, those things. Yeah, we don't want to let them see us. Come on. Pulling that just open. Haven't been that way, but let's let this guy go away for. Tried fighting one, and I don't really want to. Creep on over. Here. Here. Ah, he saw me. You can't crouch. Seems like they can't crouch. That's good. Bendy. Can't get up. Okay, there. that thing.
Quarter-hourly sessions of physical tortures and surgical invasions to wear down his powers. All of these efforts have been ultimately unsuccessful. A new method of control must be devised. Termination impossible.
Torturing Bendy. Not quite. Oh, there's the phone call. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Information of my surgery on Monday. Oh, what do we got here? Great. Fine. The keepers have taken my friend, locked him away like some animal, just 'cause he's big and strong. They don't need to fear him, no. They just make sure to feed him on time. Big Steve won't ever hurt a fly. Loves the food from the Little Devil Lounge best. Someone would take the long road back through the sewers, climb up the elevator shaft, and seek out his favorite thumping delicacy. Then they would see how harmless he really is.
Experiment 44. We have successfully pressed the ink demon into the form designated as Bendy. He is smaller in size and harmless in this more timid state. His powers are also greatly reduced. Using lengths of steel wire to cut into the side of his body, he now registers emotional responses. There were tears of ink documented, screams of pain. It was delightful to see such progress. The ink demon will remain in this small form indefinitely.
I don't think I like that guy. I don't think I like him at all. Ability again. Yeah, that recharges way faster. Back and see if we can't find Buddy there some food. Down, yes. Yep. Right. Sturdy. There we go. Okay. Ah! Hurt. The enemy designs remind me of the concept art for Epic Mickey. It really kept. That's creepy. That's a food while we're at it. Person enemies out. Fantastic. They count as food level. Bad.
What?
I can sneak up on them though. Give me that bit more, but oh, we're still net positive. Let's go. Every time. All right. Sewer. Devil Lounge. Baby. But this new type upgrade we can try out. Lost at full charge. I don't think I've ever done worse in a boss fight than that. Get up there. Fell down there. So, only the long road back through the sewer. Climb up the elevator shaft. So you gotta climb up the. Oh. Go back to cube mode. Go. Oh. Oh, maybe I can teleport up there. Let's try. Maybe I can do that. Okay. Looks like we can't. Flamethrower. Yeah, there we go. And the Rebel Diner. Just gotta leave. We're glitching. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That note. Okay. Oh yeah, I respawn if it's not Bendy who kills me.
Experiment 44. We have successfully pressed.
Get that one, because let's go punch the dude. Look at there we go. That can we got. So close. Not really. But Health-wise, we're actually better off than we were. Spoke too soon. Recharge some. Okay, we're gonna save just in case. Bendy. Hey, this no hit, no death Calvin run is just going terribly. Now we know what we're doing here. Save here. Save again. We can. Got those 3 enemies glitched into that corner. We just legs. Yeah. 2 to 3 ain't bad. No. Alright. I'll try and get this again. We're gonna save here and try and get that we want it. Yes! First try. Now let's see. Yeah, now we can teleport everywhere. Ever. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. And murder for David. Something I probably shouldn't say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I haven't been jump scared by that ghost.
Wilson knows our purpose. What is it, Wilson? Wilson, what is it?
Give me back my health. Double that. What we're going after is here. Or like a heartbeat. Teleport in here. Or miss entirely. There. Yum yum. Good part. Eh. Fantastic. Okay. Again. Ah. I've been jump scared by the ghost in a while. He's everything about Springy Boy. Oh, oh no. Let me see. About as tight as that could get, I think.
Next person I see, I'm gonna rip them apart.
Trying to tell them he was attached to something. Trying to tell
Yeah.
them.
That might.
I don't believe in you! Leave me alone! He said the demon was dead. I saw him. I did.
Look at this.
I haven't had much sleep the past few nights. I've been feeling something pulling at my mind. My thoughts fall to the Joey Drew exhibit we opened last week. Outside one or two of the artists, I don't think I've ever seen a single soul go inside. It's a shame how so many of us refuse to learn from the past. The past can give us our greatest lessons. But still, ever since we moved in Joey's old things, there's been a strange feeling around Archgate, like the ghosts of long ago are wandering about, calling out to me.
Was going way better than. Super. How dare you attack your lord? Back up. City.
What the?
Knew I should have said anything about that.
This is my path. No one can take it away from
Oh god. There's a thing. Look at how do you hold it? I save so much. Ah, error. Right. Okay. We'll do better this time. Or we will. Oh. Yeah, we have just a couple horrifying monsters to go through, and then we can feed the other horrifying monster. Horrifying monsters the whole way down. Even I may be one. Save again. The power. Battery. Maybe. Okay. You can't see me. Thank you. Good stuff. Thought I was getting the hang of this. Oh, it's not. Back there, buddy. Okay. There, keep right there. I know. Okay, then. Now I gotta slap the meats. Totally store it. No. So that one. This jet part slugs. So there it is. I think there was one somewhere. A couple of them. You're still just chilling, eh?
Brought to you by Gent.
It's getting a headache. All that worth it? Hey, none of that. sidetracking. Okay. So, but
That's where the ghosts live. Just beyond that door. The Keeper's prison. The pit. No one ever comes out. At least, they're never quite the same. But I could open the door for you. I do know how. I really do.
Thank you. That would...
But first, maybe play a game? Oh, I love to play games. I like hide and seek best. Find me, and I'll open the door for you. I promise. Look away while I hide, and no peeking.
entertain this request. I know. Who would have ever dreamed, declining years of my life, someone more precious to any piece of art? For all the evil that's come from me, this is something finally good. And she laughs and smiles. It fills my heart so much it overflows. We play and talk as we both learn from each other. There's not much time, so every moment has to count. But like my versions that came before her, the ones who called me their uncle, proud to have her call me dad, because she is truly my daughter, Joey. Okay. Be hard to leave. What the limits of possibility here are. New upgrade. Gent coil stun mod. Double charge gent pipes with stun keepers on impact. Okay. I'll continue to just avoid them, but not bad to have options. Keep 16. Pizza Friday canceled. Company disgusts me. For many reasons. That's just one more of them. So it doesn't say in the game. Giggle. I'll hear her. Can't work. City entrance. Is that where I am, or what this quest is? Though I've never actually looked at that. Well, I will pick that.
No one can take it away from me.
Big key. Okay, so yeah, that location is where I am, not where the quest is. Some like limiting knowledge. What should be in the building? one of these giggling.
Experiment 26. Frequented delays due to the demon's refusal to terminate.
Okay, that one. Oh, there you are.
Oh, you did it! You found me! Oh, this is so exciting! You were brilliant!
Now, can you open that door for me?
Oh, yes, the door. I think you'll find it's open now. Oh, and also, let me give you something. Something special. Just a small reminder of our game together.
What's behind is ahead. Fast travel. Ooh, they are linker pipe. Location. Still. That probably would have been way easier to get back. Okay, so they're in like 2 spots. Expecting more of that, but hey, I'll take it. Six.
Really?
Thank you. That guy. Okay. Oh, grab me. Oh no. Oh no. So- Okay, see where autosave is. Okay, that's what too.
Really?
Yes. 414.
Excuse me. Sir? Can you help me?
You must be really lost to be asking me for help.
I'm just looking for answers. About the Keepers, Wilson, the cycle. Anything could help.
What's your name?
Audrey. What's yours?
Honestly, I've almost forgotten. My name is Henry.
Yeah.
Have you been a prisoner long?
When the Keepers think you're a threat to their plans, they lock you away. Forever. Still, it's given me time to think. Things like, if you haven't eaten in years, you might not be human.
Why would you be a threat to them?
I'm what they call a cycle breaker. Once upon a time, I knew how to start the cycle over. And when that happens, everything begins again. Completely new. Obviously, Wilson and the Keepers don't want that to happen.
How did you do it?
Reset the cycle? Turns out the Ink Demon himself is the key. This world is his, but even he must obey its rules. For now, at least. If you can get him to look at something very specific, it will reset everything.
What is it?
It's just a reel of film, labeled with the words, "The End." I can see it in my mind every day. They keep it upstairs in the pit.
I'll see if I can break in and steal it. Maybe, if I reset the cycle, we could make things better for everyone here.
And what about you?
I just want to go home.
So did I. Good luck, Audrey. If you need me again, you know where to find me.
Stay. Not good. Hate you. Alright. Contraband. Okay. Worthy walk. Angels. is hope. Oh, it's a partner milk growing up strong and healthy. Add some chocolate for a snack enjoyed by both young and old. Hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Don't worry, there's always hope.
A savior comes at last.
Wilson?
Rest yourself, Audrey. You're still weak. The keepers
down
can
here.
be relentless to strangers. But there's nothing to fear as long as I'm with you. You're safe now.
You did this to me. You brought me here. Turned me into this thing. This doesn't make sense. I've never done anything to you.
Open your eyes and look around you. None of this makes sense. Drawn walls, nightmarish creatures, an ancient studio that died out almost 30 years ago. It's all fiction, utter nonsense. And yet, in here, it exists. It breathes. It flourishes. Reality, guided by its master's pen. The foundation for a new reality. We can bleed into our own. Just think of it. Anything we create in here, we can release out there. But first, this world must be controlled, made safe. These things, these angels and demons, are they really life? Or are they just stains? Old mistakes ready to be cleansed away for newer, greater things.
What do you want from me?
I need your help to save my father's life.
What?
This is our start. We'll talk more once we're safely inside.
Timeless Remain. Chapter 5, The Dark Revival. The name of the game. Back with a pipe. Oh, we don't have a pipe. Sweetie.
Stay close. This place isn't as safe as it once was.
Oh no. No towers are nearby. My ability to save. Nomad guy. Tracks 7 is a quiet place. Days. That terrible crash a few years back. People don't like to hang around. Many strange things keep happening. Last week, one of the railmen told me they had reports of some train going through that wasn't on the schedule. There were figures standing in the cars, staring through the window, but it never stopped to let no one off. It kept on going straight through. Some say it was the Silver Lane Express, train that crashed. Kitty Thompson. Yes. Pencil. Look at these guys now. Fingers are elongated like mine.
The demon's evil continues to spread. This world has begun to shudder.
Be quiet.
What did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Almost there. Just a quick stop. Won't take but a moment.
Kill.
The subject will stand in the designated location.
Tommy gun. Into an axe.
Object detected. The subject will submit all weapons for further screening. Disarm now.
Got that back. Suppose we can give it up.
Remain still for examination. The subject is cleared for entry.
Kingpin.
Welcome to the civilized world. How do you like my signal towers? They nullify the Ink Demon's powers so he cannot pass them. I wish I could say I invented them, but it seems our friends at the Gent Corporation had a demon problem of their own long ago.
Both the painting and the girl. Ow. Often it hurts. Hard.
now, my dear, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to prepare. We'll talk later, I promise. Besides, you must be very tired. A quick rest will do you good. Betty will show you to your room. She's my housekeeper, among other things.
You never actually killed the ink demon, did you?
No, he's too powerful to destroy. So we sealed him away, trapped him in a different form. One that was smaller, harmless.
Bendy.
It was a fitting prison, although he seems to have found a way to free himself. But enough talk. We'll deal with that soon enough.
There's some nice fresh blankets all laid out for you. You'll be dreaming in no time.
Wait, Wilson? One more thing. If you
Yeah.
needed my help, why didn't you just ask?
Would you have believed me?
Come along, and no more dawdling. This way now. Oh, you're here at last. It's so exciting, finally having you with us. Now, to give you some bearings, we're currently standing in the south wing. Wilson's laboratory is downstairs, and then there's the north wing. The ink demon got in there a while ago, and ever since, we've had to keep the north wing locked up tight. I'm afraid it's fallen into ruins by now. All those juicy, lovely books gone to waste. Only keepers go there these days, and they'll tear you apart limb from limb if Wilson isn't with you. So, mind your distance, and you'll be just fine. It's not very often I have guests to look after, especially one I can actually talk to. Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad. All right, here we are. Best room in the house. You should see where I sleep. Ugh. But this room, oh, just perfect. I saw to every detail. Bed is clean. The bathroom is on the left. Sorry about the stains. I did try my best to get them out.
Sleeping girl. Old Gopal Camel. Gilson.
Did you have any questions?
Oh, Benny.
Is it always night here?
It's always dark, if that's what you mean. For as long as I can remember.
Are you very old?
No. As far as I understand it, I'm something quite new. Although, I didn't turn out the way I was supposed to. One in a long line of failed experiments. But Wilson will keep trying.
And do you trust Wilson?
This is the realm of the ink demon. The shadow hangs over us all. I don't trust anyone. But Wilson takes care of me, keeps me safe. He once said I remind him of something he called his mother. Tell me, is that a good thing, where you two are from?
I'm not sure. I don't think I ever had one.
Well, no matter. Now, I was told to make sure you get some sleep once you got here. So get nice and comfy and relax. I left something on the table that might just help you nod off. It's my own recipe. Works very fast. Just follow the instructions. Carefully.
Thanks, Betty.
Of course. If you need anything else, I'll come straight away. I'm always up.
Gilson. What's a Gilson?
Circlet. Hug and the Maiden, Volume 1, Sir Wilton Moore, Chapter 1, The Demon. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a mug of cheese. It was not an ordinary mug of cheese, as you would find in any home kitchen of the age. No, the mug of cheese was a distant descendant of one of the great flagon kings, same kings who had charged on horseback to defend their capital city during the unforgettable conquests of the previous century. Which of these flagon kings he hailed from, the mug was unsure, but still there was honest courage in his heart. His family line heralded a deep, long past that had to forever change the course of history. Did he have a name? Of course, all mugs of cheese have names. It's common knowledge, just as every fruit bat is really named Stanley. The mug of cheese was named Richter the Cracked. What a name, I can hear you say. Cracked indeed. The mug of cheese bears no damage that I can see. All silent, you small-minded bass, for therein lies our intriguing story. Let's begin at the beginning. A hot winter day in the forest. One of those days where everything is dull brown. The lake was still, the birds had shut up, and the trees were but sticks in the overcast sky, save for a lone pine that skimmed the clouds above like a painter's brush. It was on this day, that Mr. Darble Mouse was in a hurry. He had just been named as Vermin of the Year by the society brethren that lived under the old church, and as it was customary for the honoree to bring fine port cheese to the ceremony, there were only hours to locate some of the precious cuisine. Fortunately, Mr. Mouse knew exactly where to find it, the dark cellar below the governor's castle. But unfortunately, as he approached the loose plank of wood in the old wall, failed to realize that heavy rains had come during the night had passed moisture into the plank, making it far heavier than usual. Thus, when he pushed the plank with all his might, it lifted just enough to push his body only halfway through, but his strength just couldn't contend with the weight of the plank, and his arms failed. The plank snapped back down, crushing him flat. After all, this story is not about Mr. Darble Mouse. Or had you forgotten the mug of cheese already? I can see how you might connect the two. Mr. Darble Mouse was, after all, looking for cheese. We were talking about a mug of cheese just before. Sadly, I must inform you that there is no relation between Richter the Cracked and the rodent who is now nothing more but smushed guts inside the wall. Except that there is, for it was the death of Mr. Darble Mouse that started all the trouble. You see, when things die, they tend to smell. That's just what Mr. Darble Mouse did. That's not all. His body, in between the outside and inside of the wood wall, had made a perfect passage for the hot winter wind. The wind therefore carried the stench of decaying mouse carcass deeper into the governor's home. Like a snaking, twisting wisp of terror, the smell settled into a little tavern near the courtyard of the castle. Here, soldiers would spend many long hours when there was no bloodlust to soothe with battle. Strong ales and red meat filled the menu from back to front at rustic medieval greasy spoon. Mostly, the customers came to look upon the barmaiden, Maxine, who was actually named Rita. Rita was by far the best looking creature in all the governor's county. There was a beautiful deer woman just over the hill, but no one knew that. By day, Rita scrubbed her tavern so clean you could eat off it, which was fortunate, as it was a place you indeed would be eating, since it was a tavern. At night, she served her customers with charm, grace, but mostly with drinks. Did I mention that Rita was married? Well, I'm mentioning it now. Rita was married. Her husband's name was James. He didn't do much until he died. The smell of Mr. Mouse knocked him flat, and that, my friends, was that. Oh dear, this story has barely begun. Already we've killed two major characters. Needless to say, Rita was deeply distressed by the whole thing. But 20 or so minutes later, she realized she couldn't mourn forever and went to buy some cheese. Ah, yes, don't worry, dear readers. This time, the mention of cheese will probably guide us to the meeting our focal hero of the tale. Also, this is a good time to start a new chapter. Chapter 2, a new chapter. Rita entered the cheese shop with her guns blazing. I'm speaking metaphorically, of course, by which I mean she entered the cheese shop quite determined to buy some cheese. This was because, just the night before, as her husband James was taking note of the weird smell in the room, he had invented a delicious new concoction, cheddar cider. It was sure to be a hit with her patrons. After all, the governor's county only had two exports, cheese and grapes, and she couldn't possibly make a drink from a grape. But back to the cheese shop scene. Rita knocked on the counter loudly with her fist, causing the nearby cat to do absolutely nothing, as cats do. From behind the wall, she heard a stir as someone was crashing through the piles of cheese to make their way towards her. Emerging gloriously from torn yellow curtains, an old man came into. He was a giant in stature, with a long gray beard. Bobbing along and stuck within his beard were all manner of cheese crumbs and wedges, wrapped tightly within his hair. But yet he held even more cheeses on ropes pulled across his chest, with loops of provolone linked like sausages over one shoulder. His eyes were big, his ears were bigger still. A smile of kindness erupted from his face as he locked eyes with Rita. My, the Kurds are kind to me this hour. Hello and welcome, he bellowed. Rita bowed low and promptly began to cry. The shop owner looked at her perplexed. What did I say wrong? The barmaiden sniffed and snooted and finally, forgive me, for my husband has just died and I'm out of Swiss. I'm going to pause now in the story to ask myself why Mr. Mouse went to the cellar in the governor's house for cheese if there was a cheese shop nearby. I think it's best that we overlook this glaring problem in the plot, don't you? Now back to the story at hand. Rita purchased a large amount of cheese from the shop owner. She bought cheese wheels and cheese melts and cheese slices. She bought cheese whistles and cheese bread. She bought cheese paper and cheese sandwiches. She bought so much cheese, in fact, that she had lost track of all she had obtained, and just dumped all the fromage into a large burlap sack for the return journey to the tavern. Goodbye, Rita, the shop owner called as he waved farewell. Goodbye, Daniel, she called back. His name was Murray, by the way. Overburdened by her treasures, Rita made her way home, following the main road to the castle. But as it always happens, the road was now under repair. A man with a skinny mule was plowing up the dirt so that he could put down new cobbles. 4 of his associates were standing by, watching him. The job would only take a few years to finish, but Rita was in a hurry. She followed the detour sign that told her to take a different road to her left. Fortunately, no one could read in the governor's county, so she went right instead. This mishap took her deep into the forest, where absolutely nothing of interest happened. Except something of interest did happen. As she trodden on through the forest, her sack of cheese weighing her down, muttering complaints all the way, little did she know that danger lay just ahead. The danger was cunning and dangerous. It had one of those out-of-place eyebrow hairs that drives you nuts when you're talking to someone who has one. This danger we will call Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak. Bernard didn't often have visitors to his. This was because he lived outside. Also, he was rather fond of human flesh, which made him very unpopular. Obviously, you can see the drama unfolding here. The beautiful but tired Rita huffing and puffing up the winding path as she approaches a certain doom. Bernard, watching from behind a nearby tree, licking his lips. Oh, the tension is tense, is it not? At this point in time, we must pause again to ponder all the possibilities that can happen now in our story. 2 characters have died already. Surely a third wouldn't hurt anything. Are you perhaps just reading this story because you want to see who will get the axe next? You are a little warped, do you know that? Well then, let's see what happens next. Bernard stepped from behind his hiding place, his eyebrow hair gleaming in the fading sun. Dear madame, why must you pass through so fast? He called with his eyes glimmering. I must get home, Bernard, because for one, it is getting late and I have customers to serve, and second, because you eat people, Rita replied. Poppycock, balderdash, galdswallop. Don't hear these lies against my character, he detested. For I, Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak, have completely reformed myself. Rita squinted at him. Rita squinted suspiciously at him. You have? Bernard put a hand to his heart. I have. I no longer prowl or pounce. I won't attack or bounce. I will not kill or maim or tear. I won't crush or even bite you anywhere. I promise I won't devour any more. My gosh, you've become a bore. If you aren't going to be a danger in this story, then I've come all this way with 100 pounds of cheese for nothing, Rita grumbled. She boosted her sack further up her shoulders and turned with an angry grunt. But Bernard waved after her in a panic. Wait, it's all a ruse. I intend to eat you, dear women. I swear it, he cried. It's all a trick, you see. A new angle I've worked on some guy yesterday. Oh, please stay. Rita sighed, her strength just about gone from the long adventure she had taken since she left home that morning. She turned back to face Bernard. All right, she said, but your part in the story better lead to an unexpected turn of events. Oh, it will. Bernard clapped and waggled his clawed finger to motion her to draw nearer. Just wait until the next chapter. Chapter 3, the next chapter. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaws collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita. Needless to say, I am worried for her. But as luck would have it, miles away, 20 years earlier, something amazing happened. 2 mugs of cheese, a Gouda and a mozzarella, welcomed their first son into the world. I don't think I need to tell you his name. It was Dave. No one liked Dave. After that, their second son came forth, Richter the Cracked, just called Richter at that time. Richter spent his early life stealing cowbells and putting them on skunks. This way, people would always know when danger was nearby. Needless to say, Richter was one smart mug of cheese. But all could not remain perfect forever, and suddenly, the great skunk famine began. Richter found his world in array, and he sought a new purpose. Fortunately, there was an opening in the governor's county for an adventurer at the time, and since he was a descendant of the 3 Grey and Flagon kings, he was boosted to the head of the line. Because as we are all quite aware, even in olden times, not what you know, it's who you know. Thus the adventure of Richter began. He braved deep dungeons. He slayed the great beasts. He climbed the highest mountain peaks. He sailed around the world, despite the fact that he didn't own a boat. Richter was truly the stuff of legend. But did I mention the curse? Yes, fair readers, there is a curse. A fiendish and terrible curse. One morning, while Richter was in the governor's county, he came upon a witch named Witch. This witch had just pulled a pound of cake from her oven, where she then proceeded to start ingesting it. A pound cake, not a pound of cake. Where she started ingesting it right there in front, on the front walk of her home. At once Richter knew this creature was pure evil, eating cake this early in the morning, and without ice cream? This was truly a fiend that needed to be vanquished. Richter jumped her fence and pulled his sword. Would you like some pound cake? The witch offered. It looked quite delicious. Richter would not let himself be seduced into early morning cake, so he approached closer with the weapon at her throat. The witch began to sweat, with a mouthful of crumbs. "I also make a mean scone if you want to wait." Now, no gentleman or gentle mug could refuse a good scone. Richter withdrew his sword and patiently waited for the witch to create these new buttery pastries. But what he didn't know was that the witch accidentally had bumped her table and had added within the mixture a vial of cursed liquid. See, I told you there was a curse. You were fair warned. The moment Richter ate of the scones, he fell into a deep sleep. The witch, baffled, finished her cake and proceeded to get a civil service job in a nearby town. As the years rolled by, all that remained of the witch's house was carried off by elves, and her garden became overgrown. This left only Richter, asleep in the forest, with no end to his dreaming in sight. But the story, thankfully, does not end there. For as luck would have it, a giant man covered in cheese, with big eyes and big ears, wandered past the sleeping mug. In case you've forgotten, this was the cheese shop owner, Murray, sometimes called Bill. Unable to resist cheese of any kind, even a mug of the stuff, Murray took Richter to his shop and set him on a shelf. Here, Richter sat for many years, until this very fateful day. You see, in Rita's haste to gather up all the cheese she had purchased, she had swept a few things that did not belong to her into the sack as well. These items included the cat on the counter, a personalized pen, Murray's cash box — I think she'll be hearing about this one eventually — and last but not least, Richter himself, still deeply asleep. So now that our two stories have come together, let's discover what happened next to Rita and Richter in the climax chapter. Chapter 4, the climax chapter. It was the same hot winter day in the forest, and Mr. Darble Mouse was finally starting to get concerned. Just down the road, Rita was being drawn towards an almost certainly bloody and horrific end to her life. Bernard was just moments from taking her within his lizard jaws, and mere hours from trimming his eyebrows. Rita stood her ground. She was no damsel in distress, simply a person who was pretty darn tired by this point. Pulled the burlap sack of cheese from her body and swung it hard with every last bit of strength she had left in her. An ear-shattering crack broke through the silent trees as the bag made contact with Bernard's shocked face. His teeth flew in all directions, falling like pebbles to the ground. His eyeballs dislodged and rolled into a nearby stream. His jawbone turned completely around and planted itself on the back of his head. Bernard ran screaming into the woods, never to be seen again this week. His cries faded, and the forest once again fell soft and quiet. A cow walked by. Rita, still standing with her sack outstretched in her arms, stood wide-eyed at what had just happened. Surely no cheese in her bag was hard enough for that kind of impact. As she placed her burlap sack upon the dirt and peeled it open, she was amazed to find Richter, the mug of cheese, inside and looking quite dazed. He had awakened from the curse that was finally lifted. Somewhere behind a desk, the witch looked up and nodded with a smile. But, oh dear reader, look what was now upon his mug body, a giant and elegant crack, the very mark of a warrior. His hero's journey was finally complete. Richter the Cracked had emerged. Yes, it was true that Richter really didn't do anything important in the attack on Bernard. Just by Richter being where he was at the perfect time, he had saved Rita. The fates were with them then. Richter and Rita talked and laughed and ate cheese until the sun went down. Finally, they packed up their picnic and headed back to the tavern, where they were met with cheers of excitement. This is mostly because the guys had found out that Rita was now single. As the night wore on into the early morning of the hours, the tavern remained alive in the castle courtyard with singing and dancing and cheddar cider. Oh, what a celebration! But like all parties of such proportion, eventually everyone sobers up and you have to go home. Before long it was dawn. The sun began to rise steadily in the west, marking a fresh adventure on the horizon. A wind of a new direction began to blow with a more steady pace. It skittered around the ground and found it on its way between the floorboards of the governor's castle. Here, against all odds, it found the barely remaining body of Mr. Darble Mouse. The wind carried the stench far beyond the borders of the castle, over the mountain, and deep within a dark cave where Evil slept. "What the heck is that smell?" said Evil, awakening with hellfire burning behind his eyes. Eventually, news of this great evil spread from town to town until it reached the ears of Richter the Cracked. He polished his sword and gathered some crumbs of bread to store in his mug. Wearing his best expression of courage, Richter once again set off to conquer the day. His story was not yet over. But for now, dear reader, we return to our own lives. So let us end the tale with one closing thought, shall we? Be we cracked or small or even dead, there's always a purpose to where we all are led. Be brave and strong, and lest we forget, fate isn't quite done with any of us just yet. Good night. Kidding. Kidding. Okay, that was fun. Back to the game, though. What is a Gilson? It's not toilet paper, I don't think. It's it on the toilet. Are we gonna drop a Gilson? Okay. No, we flushed away my Gilson. More toilet paper? It really came prepared for me. Power. Oh. Sit on this instead of a toilet. Well, I didn't drop a Gilson on the bench. Sit on little chaise. But we can't lounge on the shade. That's a shame. Also leave. That's probably the better plan.
The machine speaks to me, revealing its many possibilities. What I can accomplish using its power is beyond any measure. Life and death can become a thing of the past. Poverty and hunger, a distant memory. I can remake the world anew. But does the world deserve such a gift? For now, I have bigger matters at hand. A man in a black coat came asking at the front desk about the machine. Said he was from the Gent Corporation. Fortunately, the receptionist knew nothing, and he left quietly. Later, I found his name on the sign-in form. Mr. Alan Gray.
A theory about spaces. Chapter 7. Spatial displacements of unknown elements. Let us imagine a long wire stretched between 2 points in known time. We will call this length this length of time the euphonic base. From here, we can dispel all needs of societal normalcy and all typically understood junctions of the world we know as the present. Once the euphonic base is achieved, it creates a shared understanding that there must be space around the wire. That is not the wire itself. This space, a Cromley vacuum, could be in itself a host to many wires, running in as many directions as we can perceive. Using a vessel of flow, a flux beaker, flux break, we can escape from our wire into another wire. This allows us to not just reveal those alternate timescapes, but command them with larger understanding of their existence. Further still, in theory, we can bring elements of one world into another, displacing matter into a new state regardless of the current host's wires rules. The reality and function of the elements becomes a new euphonic.
Nothing here.
I'll say. Fisherman Jeb's Fish Guide. Section 4. Freshwater Critters. Yellow perch. Find yourself looking for hard-fighting fish that won't rip your hands? Look no further than the common yellow perch. This freshwater fish is always quick to bite anything they can get their jaws on. The best way to catch yourself one is to work your bait, worms, minnows, or larvae, towards the bottom of the water and guide your line back up. You don't need much seasoning when it comes to cooking it either. Flavor of the yellow perch is built right in. Good eating. The Gilson fish. This is one strange little fish that's pretty hard to come by. Gilson, not known to be easy to catch, that will ignore most bait. Make matters worse, the Gilson can move very fast, making it a rare sight. In the end, I was able to snatch me up this little guy with a very clever solution. Apparently, Gilson is sensitive to sound vibrations and will go into shock upon hearing some sweet music. Crank up the tunes, and this fish will be easy to grab. Crush up the Gilson into a powder and stir it into water for a powerful, soothing drink.
So, I'm looking for
Fish.
a fish?
Is
There's gotta be one here somewhere.
cooking for every day. Chapter 9. Simple Snack. If you are in a hurry, like I always am, you don't have time to put together complex or large meals. Fortunately, we have some scrumptious and simple recipes that satisfy and take no time at all to prepare. People will ask how you made these so fast, and you can just sit back and smile. Saucy cheese buddies recipe. Take a loaf of leftover Italian bread and slice it into 4-inch strips. Lightly butter your bread strips on one side only. Lay them face up on a baking sheet. Toast in your oven for 2 to 6 minutes at 400 degrees, or just until they begin to brown. Sprinkle a thick layer of mozzarella cheese over the strips and leave them in the oven for just a minute or two to melt the cheese. Remove and serve with your favorite marinara sauce, or spice things up with a little ranch dressing. Quick, easy, and super tasty. Next page, chocolate bacon soup. Yuck. Okay, well, now we know what a Gilson is. Now we just gotta figure out where there would be one. Interesting. Is that... Okay, I thought it had wheels. I was like, would that really work? Piano. And a fish tank. And some dogs playing poker. That is like high-class art, Wilson. I've misjudged you entirely. Clearly, you are a man of substance. Possibly substance abuse, but it's still substance.
Maybe if it was closer. Now that's a fish.
But is it a Gilson?
He's too fast.
Yes. Push the piano.
That did it. Looks like the fish is asleep.
Yes. Grab it.
Gotcha. You can't get away from me, you little stinker. Hello?
I forgot the Gilson again, didn't I? And there's some already ground up in the kitchen too. I'll bring it up to your room straight away, shall I? Oh, and maybe you could put Harold back in his tank. He does so hate the dry air.
Fish. Your bedroom. So. In the Gilson.
Now, just 3 sips of water. 1.
Water looks gnarly. Mm-hmm.
2.
Try it.
3.
Interesting.
Awake at last. I was almost afraid you'd miss my party.
What's going on?
Oh, it seems you're just a little overwhelmed. It's all right, honey. I understand. It's not every day one gets to bask in the glory of an angel.
Angel?
Alice Angel, to be exact. That's who I am. Sent from above. Impending perfection.
What do you want?
Right to the chase. I like that. The truth is, honey, you're one of a kind. And to put it bluntly, what I want is your face removed, your skin peeled away like paper, and your insides torn out and tossed onto my table. Custom parts, ready for my delicious harvest. And with your generous sacrifice, I'll be beautiful. But for now, let's have
That's
fun.
debatable.
Plenty of time for a bloodbath later. Ooh, how about a game? Let's all play a game of riddles.
Riddles? What a wonderful idea!
No.
All right, honey. Here's the deal. Behind you is the door to freedom. But it will only be opened if you solve my little puzzle and return to your special chair. Then, I'll throw this heavenly switch here. If you get the puzzle right, you walk away. Get it wrong, you fry. Let's begin.
The fox thinks the rabbit smells of elderberry. I couldn't see them sitting together.
The bird won't have anything to do with the rabbit, but I hear he likes to court danger by sitting next to the fox.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call it here for the day. Oh, no, I'm not. Can't save. Ooh, yeah.
The rabbit never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
The pompous fox? Well, he wouldn't be caught dead sitting on the left. Far too pedestrian.
The fox has always hated the bear. They never sit next to each other.
My friend the bear always sits next to the bird. After all, they went to school together.
Okay, I need to figure out the force. Can't tell. Where? Four spots. Got 4 creatures. We got the fox, bird, the bear, rabbit.
My friend the bear always sits next to the bird. After all, they went to school together.
The pompous fox? Well, he wouldn't be caught dead sitting on the left. Far too pedestrian.
Wait, who's the bear? Bird needs to be next to the bear.
The rabbit never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
Bear, rabbit, and the bird wouldn't be together, right?
The rabbit never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
The fox thinks the rabbit smells of elderberry. I couldn't see them sitting together.
The fox and the rabbit can't be near each other.
The bird won't have anything to do with the rabbit, but I hear he likes to court danger by sitting next to the fox. The bird won't have anything to do with the rabbit, but I hear he likes to court danger by sitting next to the fox.
The fox has always hated the bear. They never sit next to each other.
My friend the bear always sits next to the bird. After all, they went to school together.
The fox thinks the rabbit smells of elderberry. I couldn't see them sitting together.
The rabbit never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
The pompous fox? Well, he wouldn't be caught dead sitting on the left. Far too
Okay.
pedestrian.
Rabbit, bear, bird, fox. Rabbit, bear. I think that follows every rule. Let's go find out.
Hold on tight, honey. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1.
That was what wanted to happen. Anyways, we are going to save here. Take a break. Oh, we will be back tomorrow. We finish the game. I have no idea how much longer. Really enjoying it so far. Much better now that I have my ability up to max. Appreciate how quickly that recharges now. Teleport all over the place. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me. Always have a great night.